Welcome to Math-o-tropism. In this video, we are going to see synthetic division of polynomials. Let us take an example. X cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2, which is divided by x minus 1. So how to do the synthetic division? First, we write the coefficient of the terms in the polynomial. So x cube has a coefficient of 1. X square has minus 2, x has minus 1, and the constant term is 2. We have written all the coefficients. Next, we need to write the divisor. For finding the divisor, we have to equate the existing divisor to 0. So x minus 1, when it is equated to 0, so what is x? X becomes 1. So 1 is my divisor. So I put that outside. Next, I always write the first entry below the first coefficient as 0. So whatever be the entry, whatever be the coefficient, the first entry will always be 0. And I need to add the coefficient and the entry. So 1 plus 0 gives me 1. Now what entry should I put in the next place under the second coefficient? That entry will be the previous sum multiplied by the divisor. What is the previous sum? 1. What is the divisor? 1. So what is the 1 into 1 is 1. So I put 1 under minus 2 and again add. If I add minus 2 and 1, it comes to minus 1. Again, what is 1 into minus 1? It is minus 1. So I write that minus 1 under the third coefficient. So minus 1 and then adding of another minus 1 will give me now minus 2. Now again 1 into minus 2 is minus 2. I put that entry under the constant term, which is 2. So 2 minus 2. So this comes to 0. So this is the way we are now dividing the terms. The numbers which are got as the sum in the last row, this is what is required. This will become the coefficients of the polynomial, which will be a degree less than the given polynomial, because I am dividing it by a first degree polynomial. So here x minus 1 has a degree of 1 and the given question has a degree of 3. So I need to write 1 degree lesser. So x square polynomial, a polynomial involving x square, and I will write just like that. So first 1 is there, under that I am going to write x square. That will be the coefficient of x square. Minus 1 will be the coefficient of x and minus 2 will be the constant term. So when we are dividing x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2 divided by x minus 1, we get the answer as x square minus x minus 2, and the last is the remainder. Here the remainder came to 0, so it means it has perfectly divided. So x minus 1 is also called as a factor. In some examples, you will instead of 0 there will be a remainder. And then to the next example, x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 divided by x plus 2. So first step is writing the coefficients. So the coefficient of x cube is 1, x square is 3, x is 3 and the constant term is 1. After writing the coefficients, I need to find the divisor. So I equate the divisor x plus 2 to 0. So what is x? X will come as minus 2. So it means now my new divisor is minus 2. After finding the divisor, my first entry under the first coefficient is always going to be 0. After writing 0, I need to add the coefficient and the entry and write the sum below. So 1 plus 0 comes to 1. Now what will be my next entry under 3? It will be the product of the divisor and the previous sum. So what is the divisor? Minus 2. Previous sum is 1. So minus 2 into 1 gives me a minus 2. Again I add 3 and minus 2. I get again a 1. So again the divisor is minus 2 and the previous sum, now the present sum is 1. So the next entry will have again minus 2. Again 3 minus 2 gives me a 1. So again minus 2 into 1 is going to give me minus 2, which I am writing under 1. And so the last entry is going to be minus 1, which is nothing but the remainder. Now it means that x plus 2 is not a factor of the given polynomial. So when I will be writing it as the dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, since the remainder is coming. The numbers which we have got as the last row in the sum as the sum, that is the quotient. So since the given polynomial is a cubic polynomial, here I am going to write it as a polynomial of degree 1 lesser. So here it will be, under the first coefficient it will be x square, second will be x, and third will be the constant term. So x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 is equal to, this is the dividend, is equal to, the divisor is x plus 2, and then when I am writing the quotient it will be 1 into x square. So x square plus 1 into x plus 1, which is the constant term, minus the plus the remainder, which is the minus 1. So x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 is going to be written as x plus 2 into x square plus x plus 1 minus 1. Next example is 4t cube plus 4t square minus t minus 1 divided by 2t plus 1. Similarly, first step is writing the coefficients. So coefficient of t cube is 4, t square is 4, t is minus 1, and the constant term is minus 1. So find the divisor. So 2t plus 1 should be equated to 0. So 2t will come as minus 1. So t is equal to minus 1 by 2. So my divisor is minus 1 by 2. The first entry under the first coefficient 4 is going to be 0. So when I add the coefficient and the entry, it will come to a sum of 4. Now what will be my next entry? It will be divisor into the previous sum. So 4 into minus 1 by 2 is going to give me minus 2. So that will come to, again add 4 and minus 2. So the sum under that will be 2. Again 2 into minus 1 by 2. Previous sum and the previous divisor is 2 into minus 1 by 2. That will come to minus 1. So my entry under minus 1 is also minus 1. So when I add, it becomes minus 2. Then what will be the entry under the last term minus 1? Minus 1 by 2 into minus 2. That will come to plus 1. So what is the remainder now? Remainder now has become 0. So it means this again is a cubic polynomial. So the last sum row will be the quotients of the quotient with its coefficients being 4, 2 and minus 2. Under that I am writing t square, t and the constant term. So now in this sum, when we see, we have the divisor as 2t plus 1, but when we found the divisor for doing synthetic division, it came to t is equal to minus 1 by 2, which is a fraction. So when we are writing the given polynomial is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, we need to take this t is equal to minus 1 by 2 as the factor. So it means when I rearrange, it will be t plus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. So this is the divisor or the factor of the given polynomial. So I will write 4t cube plus 4t square minus t minus 1 as t
plus of 1 by 2 into of the given coefficients of the quotient and the t square terms. So it will come to 4t square plus 2 into t minus 2. Now again t plus 1 by 2, when I take LCM, it will come to 2t plus 1 by 2, and I am taking the 2 common outside from the quotient terms, so that will come to 2 into 2t square plus t minus 1. This is just to cancel out both the 2's. I have taken this like this, so it will come to 2t plus 1 into 2t square plus t minus 1. So 4t cube plus 4t square minus t minus 1 is coming to 2t plus 1 into 2t square plus t minus 1. So remember, if the remainder is coming to 0, it means the given divisor is, if it is a, x minus a is a factor of the given polynomial from the factor theorem. And also, if there is a remainder, we need to write it as the given polynomial is equal to x minus a into of the quotient which we get plus the remainder. So if there is a fraction, just like in this last example which we got, how do we get a fraction? When the divisor has a coefficient next to the x term or the t term, whichever be the variable. So here in this case we had a coefficient 2 next to t. In all the previous examples, if you see, there was only the coefficient of 1. So whenever a coefficient is coming next to the x term, then we will be writing the factor as x minus whatever 0 or the divisor with which we divided. That is one way. Another easier method is you write just like how we had done previously. So what we will do, we will write it as 4t cube plus 4t square minus t minus 1 is equal to, if we are writing directly as the given divisor, 2t plus 1 into of 4t square plus 2t minus 2. Don't forget to multiply with another one term which is into of 1 by 2, where that 2 is the coefficient again. So always, if we are forgetting to write t plus 1 by 2, write the same 2t plus 1 into 4t square plus 2t minus 2 and multiply it with the coefficient reciprocal of the coefficient of the x term. So here it will come to 4t cube plus 4t square minus t minus 1 is equal to again 2t plus 1 into 2t square plus t minus 1. Hope you understood. If you have any comments or queries, please post it in the comments section. Thank you.